Now, today's video is something special because Valentine's is coming. Where is your boyfriend or girlfriend? That song is stuck in my head. Anyway, today's video, we're going to be talking about herbal aphrodisiacs. Now, an aphrodisiac is something that helps you in terms of stamina, sexual performance, sexual arousal. So if you have any concerns in these areas, I'm going to suggest some herbs that can be taken in order to help you in that department. But two things I need to say. Number one, if you know you're not supposed to be watching this video, you're supposed to be studying your books for school, please exit this video now because we're now about to enter grown people's talk. Number two, these herbs, some of them are very, very strong. Take them in the wrong dose and you're gonna have problems. So please make sure that any of these herbs that you want to take, you take under the supervision of a medical professional. Okay, now let's get into it. Valentine's is coming. For this one, ladies, I have to come close because this plant called Asparagus racemosa, also known as Shatavari, has a nickname, and the nickname is a woman with 100 husbands. This female tonic has such a reputation that it is said that if you take it, you'll be able to chop 100 husbands. I don't know why he'd want to do that, but that just gives you an idea of what this plant can do. Now, it's from the Asparagus family and contains steroidal saponins, which gives you an idea of the mechanisms in which it works. So if you have a very active partner and you're just like, I can't deal with it, Shatavari can help you with that. The other thing that Shatavari can help you with is if, for example, you're menopausal and you're struggling with vaginal wetness, this plant can also help you with that. So not only does it help you be more aroused, but it also helps with fertility for both sexes, by the way. So don't sleep on Asparagus racemosa, aka a woman with not just one, but 100 husbands. Hey, that one there, serious. Now, the next one is for you guys. I'm calling you, come here. If you are suffering from erectile dysfunction, this is a bark that has been traditionally used in those instances, and it's called Yohimbe. The Latin name for this plant is Pausinystalia johimbe. I'm going to put the spelling there, and it's from the Rubiaceae family. Now, before I start showing off about this plant, let me just tell you something now. This is one of the plants that is so potent. If you take it in the wrong dose, you're going to have serious side effects. By serious, I mean heart attack, high blood pressure. So please, this plant is not for everyone. There is a strict list of contraindications. So if you are going to take this, please take it under someone who knows what the heck they are doing. Now, this plant has had a long reputation to the extent that we even have a prescription drug called Yohimbe hydrochloride, and that's a prescription drug for erectile dysfunction. Now, this herb doesn't just help you get in the mood, it also helps with circulation. And when it comes to like erectile dysfunction and things of that kind, circulation to your genital area is very important. But let me tell you something, the effects can last up to 4 hours. I feel sorry for the person that's going to have to be dealing with that. Now, this herb is thought to work in a number of ways, and one of those ways is by blocking the alpha-2 androgenic receptors, I'm going to put the spelling there, which have a role in stopping erection. So by blocking that, you enable the erection to happen. It also helps increase the nerve impulses in the penis as well as the vagina. Now, on top of that, if, for example, you are taking antidepressants and as a result of the side effects of those antidepressants, you have erectile dysfunction, this herb can also help counteract that. So don't say I don't love you, but this one, if I don't want anyone calling my name, if they take this herb in the wrong dose and get trouble, if you're not dealing with a professional when it comes to these things. Thank you. Now, the next plant I'm going to talk about is Korean ginseng. It's also known as Asian ginseng. The Latin name is Panax ginseng, and it's from the Asparagus family. Now, this plant is considered to be one of the most valuable and expensive plants because of how effective it is on overall health. But when you watch those Chinese movies, if you're like me that watches a bit too many of them, and usually there's a birthday party and they're giving the grandfather a gift or they're giving someone a gift, they will often give a root, and the root they often give is this ginseng. But let me talk about why this is so valuable. This herb is known as an overall powerful rejuvenator, and that's why it's so very well respected and very pricey. Now, what I want you to understand in the case when it comes to issues with the reproductive system, especially the inability to orgasm or get wet or have an erection, is often a knock-on effect to something else that's going on in the body. So for example, these can be symptoms of something like diabetes, or you're going through really high intense stress, or you have really poor circulation. So this herb can help in terms of the bigger picture that's leading to those symptoms. but also it helps directly. It helps with male fertility. If you've got issues with your male hormone, you're looking for stamina, you're looking for your libido, this herb can help. And one of the ways it's thought to help is by increasing the production of nitric oxide, which will help the circulation into the penis and vagina. But it also helps relax the muscles so that you can get your erection. Now, this is such a popular herb with a long history that there's been lots of research on the effects of this plant. So I'm just going to read you what happened in one instance. And that is, in an open study, for example, 66 male patients, some of which were controlled, 30 had idiopathic low sperm count, 16 had low sperm count associated with varicella, all had a certain amount of ginseng extract for 3 months, after which sperm count, total testosterone, and sperm motility all increased. So for me, when I think of this herb personally, I think of that man that is going through 24/7 stress and is just so much going on. He's feeling slightly overwhelmed and is struggling in the bedroom. This is one of the herbs that I would give them. So now the next one I'm going to talk about is a herb called Ashwagandha, aka Withania somnifera, from the Solanaceae family. Now you would have heard me talk about this before because I spoke about it because of its effects on stress in my stress video here. Now, as an adaptogen, what it helps you do is adapt to stress, be more resilient to stress. So I often use it in cases where the thing that's causing the stress is not something that you can easily cut off or get rid of. Now, if you, for example, find Panax ginseng a bit too stimulating, this is one of the alternatives that you can take. Its nickname is actually Indian ginseng, but not because they're all the same plant family. No, they're not, but more to do with the effects that it has. Now, I often talk about the impact of stress, and I cannot stress it enough that a lot of the times the issues we're having in the bedroom is because of the stress and the overwhelm that we have on our head. So the herb, in terms of its overall effects of stress, is great. But this herb is also very good in terms of male fertility. It has been found to help with sperm quality, sperm motility, as well as sperm concentration. So I'm just going to read something about the effects of this herb. One report said this herb recovered the seminal plasma level of antioxidant enzymes. Now, why are these enzymes important? These enzymes actually help stop the oxidative stress on sperm, which is actually one of the big causes of male infertility. But it didn't just do that. It also helped improve levels of testosterone, luteinizing hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, and prolactin. Now, if you want to understand the importance, the levels of these hormones are good indicators of sperm quality. So for me, when I use this herb, I use it as a powder. I could put it in a smoother. Why did I say smoother? Or I use it in hot chocolate. So I use it on a regular basis because of its adaptogenic qualities. And women also benefit from this in terms of any issues that you have in the bedroom. It will give you a bit more, a bit more vim. Now, the next herb that I want to talk about, I think the name says it all, horny goat weed. Now, I read one story somewhere saying that the origin of this name, or the history in terms of finding out how we knew it was an aphrodisiac, was that a farmer was observing the goats and noticed that when the goats were chewing this plant, that they were then very more active, just chopping each other, just scattering each other like that. And that's how it got its name. Now, the Latin name for this plant I'm going to read out is Epimedium sagittatum. I will put the spelling there. Now, this plant can be used by both men and women because it helps increase your circulation, improves your sexual function, increase your libido as a whole. For men in particular, it helps increase your sperm count as well as make your erections even harder. It's something that you can literally, I find it, this is one of the most common things that I find when I go to the market. You can always find horny goat weed. One of the ways that it's thought to work is that it contains a constituent called icarin, which is a PDE5 inhibitor. Now, it has to inhibit it because the PDE5 is actually responsible for stopping you from having erections. So it inhibits that and therefore enables you to go bam and have your erection. Now, this is something that you can find. Well, I'm in the UK and you can find it everywhere. It's very, very popular. You can get it in the form of a powder and capsules or even in tea form and take it from there. So these are the herbs that I've gone into detail. There's so many other herbs that you can use, even things like maca. You've also got ginger, ginkgo, which is good for circulation. And as I mentioned, circulation is very important. But in preparation for the love day, for the chocolate day, please, there's some other things that you need to consider. If you're going to choose a time to start eating healthy, now is the time. Start eating more plant-based fruits and veg because there's nothing worse than tasting like battery acid. I beg. Please, your diet is very important in terms of your overall health, but also your sexual function and ability and how you flipping taste. The other thing as well, get more active. I don't know if you notice that sometimes when you start going to the gym a bit more and being more active, your libido goes really high, sometimes goes through the roof. So starting getting more and more active, and hopefully Valentine's is coming and you'll be enjoying. If you are, well, we are already enjoying, so what am I talking about? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and you learned something new. If you want to learn about more herbs, don't forget to subscribe and please share with your friends. You've learned something beautiful and new today. Why are you keeping it to yourself? I'm looking at all the videos. People, why are you not sharing? I'll see you next time.